periods for different people to achieve the same level in English. That's why I don't know when a particular person will achieve pre-intermediate level or intermediate level or whatever level. So, doctor, will I be okay? Yes, you will. Doctor, when? Sorry, have no idea. Let's experiment. Well, that guy, he became well in like 2 years. That guy in 5 years. You, I don't know. We'll wait. Be patient. So the only thing that you as teachers and your students as students should care about is whether they, the material, everything that you do with them, that you give them, whether it makes them work or not. So you shouldn't think about the result too much, because very often it's beyond our capacity, it's beyond our abilities. We can't do anything. We just have to wait. Really, it's something that the nature does. We're like doctors in a way, really, and just wait. One day, for sure, the students will learn. But I have students who cannot remember, for example, the word speak, having studied with me for 8 months, for example, and they cannot speak at all. They know very basic vocabulary, but they're very, very, very slow, and they've been studying hard. They're good students, I love them, and I'm trying to help them, and I will continue, but they're just so slow that, well, I don't know, it's just life. We have to wait. So, yes, I can teach, yes, I have to make them learn, but the basic problem here is that they don't want to learn. And we are wrong when we're thinking that they want to learn. Very few students really want to learn. Very few. The majority want to know without really learning. Even though they come and they pay good money and they miss lessons, they don't do their homework and everything, and they want to know, but they are not ready to pay with their time, with their effort. And they have lots of inner resistance. Like they are lazy, or they are busy, or both, or it's hard for them to remember certain things, they keep forgetting something, or it's hard for them to understand, and you explain again and again and again. So teaching is not only about making their brains work, but it's also dealing with their problems. And this is a very, very, very important thing. It should change your mentality, you should change your way of thinking, because usually people think that teaching is just taking a topic, explaining it, and practicing it, and making sure they know. And I agree with that, yes, but it's a part of it. Because the greatest and the most important part of teaching is overcoming their resistance, their barriers. So dealing with illnesses. Because healthy student is the one who has this body, not physical body, but the mental, emotional, whatever, inner body, and the contents of the body is such that all information goes to this person freely. So he easily understands, he easily remembers, with some effort, but you teach, and you have a result. You teach, you have a result. So there is no resistance. This information goes through this person freely, and you can always see the result of your effort. But unfortunately, or fortunately for us as teachers, well, I love such students, I love geniuses, but they make me feel useless. Really. I can be happy with them, but I'm thankful to the Lord that I have the not so clever students. Because these are the people that make me perfect, that make me worthwhile, that make me really valuable as a teacher, because they cannot learn on their own. But a healthy person really is the one who just hears, understands, practices, result. But really, I am useless. I am not teaching anything. It's between him and life. I'm not trying to help him. I don't know, give him, and he learns by himself. And I think this is the best thing. This is something that makes me useful. Useless. By the way, the contradiction that I carry inside is that English, this is exactly the way English should be learned. without teachers. Every student should teach themselves. And all English teachers should lose their jobs in the ideal world, because I think it's wrong. It's something private, something intimate, so just study by yourself. Fortunately or unfortunately, depends how you look, actually very few students are healthy. So lots of people, they have certain resistance inside, and they need a doctor to help them overcome these problems that they don't understand for the third, fourth, fifth time. They don't remember for the fourth, fifth time, or they have lost their motivation, or any resistance. And we are there not to give them material and to think about how to explain it, but to think about how to help to deal them with their problems. Forget about the book, forget about the syllabus, about English grammar, English words, forget about that. This is not the most important things, really. If you make sure that your students can overcome the things, the inner resistance, something inside them that prevents them, or prevents this information that they can receive easily from any source, including yourself, something inside that prevents this information from freely flowing through their inner body. There are lots of points that offer, parts of them that offer resistance. And we should be thinking basically what his problem is, his illness is, what his or her illness is, and deal with those problems. So we should be doctors, and okay, I understand this person's diagnosis is this person's diagnosis is this, and I should give them the right medicine. Not the medicine that the clever teachers in London put in their textbook that they made, but I believe they've done a great job and I respect them and everything, but they don't know my problems, the problems of my students. They don't know. And I'm the one who can know it better than anyone else. So I have to, it's a big topic of how to deal with those problems, how to make sure that people find time, that they are not lazy, that they understand actually things that you explain, that they understand the difference between say and tell, and or they remember things. It's I don't know. I think we can do a series of seminars just on that one topic of how to overcome those problems. But now, it's as an introduction. Just please don't think when you're starting teaching. Don't think too much about the content. It is important, but and what you're going to do is important. But the actions can be empty. The content may be something they are not ready to digest yet, because they're just blocked. It's blocked. You're trying to feed them, but there's a block in here and they cannot receive the food. That's it. And there is no need to continue exercising pressure upon them. Whatever. You should take a different approach, like, okay, we have to deal with this problem first, and then we can teach. So you have to make sure that they are ready to accept and digest the information that you want to give them. And you have to be good at diagnosing, putting the right diagnosis for the people, and being able to do things to change that. But again, don't be afraid to experiment. Very often, books and seminars can help you understand in general what can be done with this problem, with that problem. But really, you will never know what will happen with this person with this problem here now. So you have to think, maybe this way, maybe I will change, maybe I'll try this way, maybe this way. So don't be afraid to experiment, don't be afraid to fail, please. It's the only way to be successful in life, to fail many times. If you're afraid to fail, it means that you're afraid to succeed. Because it's impossible to succeed without failing many times. So that's why don't be afraid. I've failed many times in my life with different people, in different groups. So don't be afraid. It's okay. It's natural. Just be afraid. Have the guts to admit it and say, yes, I did something that sucked. But okay, I'll try to do it better next time. I'll do my best. But yeah, it wasn't good. It didn't work. If you don't know something, like a student asks you a question you don't know, just come on, just say, I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't know, it's all right. Don't be, accept yourself as you are. Your level, your I don't know, things you don't know, things you cannot do very well, and it's okay. Don't be ashamed of that. Be proud of the fact that you accept that as it is, love yourself for who you are, the way you are, and try to grow, try to develop, and you will be better. But if you just start thinking, oh my God, it's terrible, then of course it won't help you grow. It won't help you grow. Just take it easy, really. The things that you don't know, and the fact that you don't know something, you fail, and everything like this. So, it's about that thing, helping them overcome their obstacles, and making sure that the material that you give them and the way you give it, it's useful for them. It makes them work, and they strain their brain, really. But again, to help you understand how to solve those inner problems in general, how to make sure that it all happens without giving you techniques. No, I mean, not yet, not now, but maybe later, but giving you the golden rule, and it's something that brings us closer to your performance in class. There are things you can do to make that happen. And so here they are. Your lesson begins when you understand that you want something from your students on a particular day at a particular time. So when this desire to give them something, or the desire for them to achieve something, in particular, not in general, when this desire is born, this is the beginning of the lesson. Not when you have found the material or you haven't found the material. It's the inside thing. I want to perform something, and I want to feed somebody. So I want to do something, and I want to have the result of that. So the beginning of the lesson is you're envisioning the result and getting pleasure from the result. So when you're asking yourself what to teach these people, this lesson, sometimes you may ask them, but very often don't. Just look inside and think, what would I get pleasure from? What kind of result at the end of the lesson would I be happy about? So what would I like to do? And the moment I understand what I want, oh yes, so if we do this, and if we work with it, and they sweat, and in the end we have this, oh my God, this will make me happy. This will give me pleasure. And when you understand it, then this is the beginning of the lesson. And then you may work out the plan and start thinking about, okay, what will I do first? What will I do next? How will I explain it? How will I practice that? You may work it out, but again, don't forget about the most important thing that should be in you, your understanding, envisioning the result, and anticipating the pleasure. This is the most important thing. Because pleasure is the single most important tool or instrument in life to learn anything about life. Pleasure has been given to us by, well, whatever, Mother Nature or Father God, for us to learn things about life. We learn through pleasure. And pleasure is something that gives us energy. So if we do things with pleasure, we will work continuously and without fatigue. We will not get tired. Because working without pleasure ruins your personality. Working with pleasure, well, you can go on and on and on, and really without having a rest. So the beginning is there. And when you have this understanding, I know what I want. I won't stop at nothing. I will stop at nothing to get the pleasure I want today. Then you'll be in the right mood to teach, because very often the students will present problems. They will offer, like, they don't want, they're not ready, they're not thinking about the things you're talking about and everything like this. And everything they do, I mean all those things, such things that they do, you will receive, you will accept that, you will perceive of that as a threat, as a, well, come on, it's working against my plan. How dare you work against my plan? I have a plan to receive pleasure, okay? And you help me, you better help me. Okay, you do as I tell you and you will receive pleasure too, I guarantee you, but you just have to work. So, when you have this thing inside, you should open up your will, your willpower. Your willpower is the most important thing in teaching. There isn't such a person as a good teacher without willpower. Powerless teacher, it's not a teacher. Just a human being, whatever, who thinks that they can teach. But no, willpower is like, I don't care what your problems are, okay? I don't care about anything. You want, you don't want, we're gonna do this tonight, okay? And I exaggerate now, of course. I do things in a very mild, soft, polite, and funny way, and I try to motivate people rather than make them study. But inside all of this fun stuff, really there's willpower. I have developed it, it's in me, I don't have to show it, I don't have to show that I'm angry to make them, I will do it. No, they understand that when they're with me they have to work, and they have no chance of not working. That's why willpower, I should make sure that they subject themselves, surrender themselves to my will. If it doesn't happen, you will never have a lesson. Ever. It's impossible to have a lesson. Or maybe you will have a lesson, but it won't be done by you. It will be done by the students who want to study better than you want to teach. Because really, it's all about that. I am here and I want to do this, and I will not allow you to do what you want. I mean, I may listen to what you want, I may introduce some corrections into my plan, and I may change what I wanted, or the way I wanted to do things, but still, I will not allow you. We will do things my way, and willpower is basically, it's this ability, it's this capacity, this, the chance that we always have inside us to say no. Strange as it may sound, yes, to say no. When you can say no, you have strength. Because saying yes, well, it's associated with surrender, give up. Yes, okay. But to continue to say no, 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 it may be, but not, of course not always is, a sign of a willpower. So I'm saying no to certain things that don't go according, that pose a threat to what I want, to my plans, and I make sure that they disappear, that they go away, or that they modify themselves, and I just proceed with my plan. But